Hey, it's Mike, Narcoleptic Customs, episode 8 on Project Nameless. Today is all about the rear end. Getting the suspension out, getting the new suspension mounted up. I've got about 4 hours, so we're going to see if we can get it knocked out. Let's keep going. Okay, so coil springs are pretty easy to pull out. Just went to Otto's or O'Reilly's here in Bentonville. Got me a coil spring compressor. I'll throw it on here. Try and keep it straight up. Make it as easy as possible. Alright, so you didn't have to hear all the turning and of the coil spring compressor. Went ahead and skipped ahead. So go ahead and take this out and weigh them. Okay, I'm back. So between the last video and this one, I actually have had to cut off the lower arm bolts. The top bolts came out of the top arm pretty easy, but I actually had to remove these. They had welded, or they had rusted to the center steel shaft there. So I cut them with the cutoff wheel and was talking to my buddy Paul Snyder about the top bars, or about the top bolt and the lower control arms. And he suggested I use a masonry bit blade for the Sawzall. So I'm going to attempt that. I grabbed this Lennox at Lowe's. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm going to go ahead and cut with it and see if I can get these top bolts out. And then we can start installing stuff instead of fighting with these bolts. So I've already got the blade mounted up. So I'm going to jump under here. Whew! I have gotten my ass kicked today. This rear control arm, I have 2.5 hours in removing this one control arm because it was rusted in here. Oh, I'm tired, really tired. So, but before I close it up for tonight, we'll go over kind of a recap of the weight savings, and then we're going to weigh some stuff and compare it, and then I'm going to just flip this thing off. Oh, that really frustrated me. So, recap from last time. Front suspension, all those pieces added up to 72 pounds weight savings with the sway bar off. So now we're going to weigh the rear control arms, the rear coil springs tonight. I'm not going to do the shocks or the upper control arm because I still have the other one left in there right now. So we'll skip those for next time. Today was really, really tough. I worked for about 2 hours earlier. I said 4, but it ended up being 2. Had to go pick the kids up, and then came out about 9:30, and it's midnight, and I'm just now getting that done. So we'll start with the factory coil spring. No, let's start with the factory lower control arm. And again, just on a cheap $10 Walmart. Woo, that was still hot. Okay, so the factory rear arm. Woo. 7 pounds. That's pretty funny. And the Team Z lower arm, 5 pounds. So that's another 2 pounds saved. Now, both coils look like they've had, you can see here, looks like they've been cut down or a coil or something cut off of them. So a little bit of savings there, I'm sure. See if we can get it to, oh, let me just stand it up here. Okay, it's like about 6 pounds on it. These probably aren't much of a savings just because of the, and their coil springs. Yeah, this one actually looks like it's 7 pounds, so that's probably due to the coil being cut off of that one. But obviously these are going to give us a lot better distribution or a lot better transfer. So I think that's about it for tonight. Episode 8, episode 9, we'll come back when we install these and then throw the upper arms in. That's going to be a bit of a chore because of the way the upper bars mount in relation to how the regular arm mounts. This Team Z rear upper is a little different. So then that should wrap up the suspension install, and then car will be put on hold for a little bit while we put the while we get the motor together. So thanks for watching. If you don't follow Narcoleptic Customs on Facebook, please give us a like, and on Instagram we're at Narcoleptic, Narxoleptic.